Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Danyala, aka the Copper Color Aboriginal. So today I am here to make a video to talk about, just recent events, things that have happened over the past few days, past few weeks, and just talking about some things that are going on with me and, my family. So, anyways, you guys know that for the past um, month, the United States has been talking about the coronavirus. And it's become a very, very big deal and a real thing. Um, a lot of people are panicking right now, and I want to say to the brothers and sisters out there, don't make decisions out of panic. You know what I'm saying? Do it for the right reason. Let your reason be that, okay, the reason why I'm buying this extra food is not because I'm afraid of the Most High's judgment. Don't let that be what it is. Let it be that you're preparing yourself to to keep yourself alive so that you can make it to the kingdom. Like my plan, for example, I know I probably didn't explain it in the best way, but for example, the reason why I've been prepping, and I've actually been prepping for over a year now, me and my wife. Um, the reason why we've been prepping is so that we can be ready for times like this. You know, me and my wife, we didn't start prepping this week. We didn't start prepping last week. I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, but we've been prepping. Why? Because we've been following the signs that the Most High have been giving us for the past year that we've been together. You know what I'm saying? For times like this. Of course, we've been buying stuff every now and then throughout the past few weeks, and we're doing that so that we can survive when we're out there. We're not doing it because we're afraid of the Most High's judgment right now, because that's what's happening right now. The Most High is judging the world right now. I'm always afraid of the Most High. That's how you work your work out your salvation. Honestly, you know what I'm saying. So I always fear the Most High. That's not why I'm prepping. I'm prepping to take care of my family and to to protect us from people. That's why I have guns. That's why I have ammunition. That's why I have a bow and arrow. Not only for that, but so I can hunt. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it's getting hectic out here, and the rest of the world who wasn't paying attention to the Most High, now they're starting to panic, and they're starting to go out here to these stores in droves and purchase up all these things, even things they don't really need. They're out here buying toilet paper. They're literally fighting over toilet paper, and it's like, well, what happened? Did the whole world get like a serious case of diarrhea all of a sudden? Because there's no real reason why you're gonna need that amount of toilet paper. I kind of feel like it's a psyops going on. This whole panic thing, but it's at the end of the day, it's the Most High doing this. No matter if we believe that the global elites are pulling the string, they're pulling the strings behind the scene and causing all these panics, and um, created the so-called coronavirus and all this stuff. We have to remember that at the end of the day, it's the Most High's will. So the Most High controls everything, everything that happens. That was the Most High's will. You know what I'm saying? So we have to remember those things. But it's kind of funny in a way to see this happen. And it's definitely a great time to be alive. To be to be us and be alive. Those who you know have faith in the Most High, that keep His law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. Um, those who know who they are as a people, and not just only Israelites, but even the Gentiles that are going to cleave onto us. This is a beautiful time because we know that we're getting closer and closer to the Most High's kingdom. You know what I'm saying? We're getting closer and closer to this society falling. Me and my wife, we had a cruise planned 4 months from now. We planned this some months ago, to have a anniversary cruise. Well, it looks like that's not going to happen. I would love to go on the cruise. I would love to go on my cruise in July. I think that's when we're having it. But I would much rather see this society fall. I would much rather, you know, not stop seeing my brothers and sisters killed in the streets. You know, I would much rather not see our people starve and deal with, hunger issues. I would much rather, see us start to build up our communities as a people, and move in together as a people. Fuck my crews, excuse my language, but that's what I do. That's how I express myself. Sometimes I do use vulgar language at times, but um, hey, yeah, don't mind the haircut. I don't have my ponytail in the best, standing right now because I kind of like just put it together, whatever. It's funny because somebody yesterday was like, you know what you look like? You look like a dark skinned Samoan. I'm like, nah, I'm straight up Israelite, American Aboriginal right here. So, yeah. Anyways, forget the comforts that I have in this life. I have a job that pays pretty good. Um, I, have a car that I've wanted for a very long time. And me and my wife, we were planning on getting a house, but that wasn't the Most High's plan. You know what I'm saying? And I'm completely all right with that because what the hell is a 4 bedroom house compared to what I could have in the kingdom? What is a 4 bedroom house? A car with a V8 engine, you know, cruises and stuff like that. What does that compare to not seeing your people destroyed, starving, sick, mentally sick? You know what I'm saying? Spiritually gone. It's nothing compared to that. I'd much rather have that and have the lowliest place in the kingdom of heaven than to have what all this world has to offer. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of compassion, type of love we have to have for our people, period. Sure, sometimes we're going to get mad at our people. Sometimes we can't stand our own people. You know what I'm saying? But we have to have that love and understanding. We can't be like, oh yeah, you see that brother over there getting beat in? Oh, that's his problem. Or that's just over there, she can't feed her kids. Oh, that's her problem. We can't be like that as a people because that's what got us here in the first place. I was just watching Tasha C, just watching her video. She was at Walmart. And if you guys don't know who she is, she's an Aboriginal, American Aboriginal sister um, who has videos dealing with genealogy and stuff like that. And she just did a live stream where she was at Walmart, talking about prepping and buying stuff, like survival kits and stuff like that. And there was this one brother who was in a comment, the chat, just like talking crap about her and talking crap about people, fake preppers and stuff like that, just trying to boost up his own ego. And I was telling him like, "Yo, chill out, calm down. She's sharing good information. You can't be so egotistical. You know what I'm saying? You can't." Man, I swear, our people, man, they just feel like they get certain things, or they do certain things, and they feel like they're better than everyone else. And no, that's just not what it is. Because even though this brother, he's probably been prepping for years, I've been prepping for over a year. What does it mean at the end of the day when the Most High takes you out the game? Nothing. What does it mean at the end of the day when you're not spiritually right, the Most High? Nothing. It's just like the parable that Yahushua gave about basically the wealthy man who his land was doing so well that he wanted to tear down his old barns to build bigger and greater ones because he has such abundance of wealth. But yeah, what he didn't know was that the Most High was going to require his soul that very night. So while he's sitting there feasting and feeling good and have plans for the future, that wasn't the Most High's future for him. So you can have all the prepping, you can have all the material things in the world that can get you through for the next 20, 30 years. But what does it mean at the end of the day when you're not spiritually right with the Most High? It means nothing. The Most High could take that brother out the game right then and there tonight. And what does his years of prepping have for him? What did it do for him? Absolutely nothing. Hopefully, if that were the situation, somebody else can use that stuff. Instead of bashing people, Tasha she was trying to tell people, enlighten people about things like that. So you can't be an asshole like that, because the brother was just being an asshole. But I'm not sure. I went to his channel, and I'm not talking down the brother, but I don't know. I'm not sure if he's all the way there. I don't know, but hopefully the Most High blesses that brother, and give him some understanding and compassion for his people, because that's what our people just lack in general. But anyways, it's getting bad out here, and like I said earlier, it's a good time to be alive. Why? Because this is something our ancestors have been wanting for a very, very, very long time. Very long time. Thousands of years ago, our people wanted to be delivered. Even just hundreds of years ago, 1492, when these invaders came over here to our lands over here in America, our people wanted to be delivered back then. They were thinking that these people were going to leave, but they didn't. And they've been waiting for salvation, redemption, vengeance. And they didn't get it in their time. Now we're starting to see this. I don't know if society, if this is going to cause society to collapse. I don't know. I hope that does. I pray that it does. But I don't know. To be honest, the cruise I have lined up, I don't know if I'm going to make it on that cruise, and I hope that I don't make it on that cruise. I'm hoping that I'm not sitting here in this house 6 months from now. I'm hoping that I don't. I'm hoping that my job no longer exists, because my job was affected by it. I work for the city of Columbus, and we're out for the next 3 weeks. And that's giving us time to do a lot of things. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I don't want to be here, in the next 3 months. So this is a good time to do a lot of things. I kind of lost the point that I was trying to make, or that I was talking about. I don't think it was super, super important. But got the coronavirus. Nah. But yeah, it's getting serious out here, and we gotta prepare spiritually. Not only just with physical things, but we gotta prepare spiritually out here. We gotta get right with the Most High. And honestly speaking, I feel like the Most High didn't allow people to panic or to be aware of what was going on, like how we were seeing it. How Big Judah was talking about it, like a month ago. He was talking about the coronavirus, and then stuff like that. And that's basically what I was saying. I was saying that I'm not sure if this is going to take out this society, but I hope it does. You know what I'm saying? I really hope that it does. Because like I was just saying, Big Judah been talking about this a month ago. And it's funny because, what is her name? Lovely T, she was talking about it a month ago too. She was one of the first people to blow the whistle on the coronavirus thing. And, most of the world, they didn't think it was serious. Even just last week, the world didn't think it was so serious. They were just living their regular lives, just doing the regular thing. Coronavirus wasn't even really in their vocabulary, and I was seeing this with my coworkers and everything. When I brought up coronavirus, they knew very little, or they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? But now it's a serious matter. And I really believe that the Most High gave us that month span to prepare. You know what I'm saying? Mostly, I will say mostly on material things rather than spiritual, because we're always, us and who walk in this faith, who truly love the Most High, we're always preparing ourselves spiritually for whatever comes. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the past few weeks, the Most High gave us these signs so that we can prepare with material things, like stocking up on food, water, dried foods, non-perishables, stuff like that. And you should still, if you can, because it's not super, super bad, but if you can, still try to get things every now and then. And I will say, if you go shopping, try to do it at night. Try to do it, like if you have a 24-hour Walmart or Kroger or whatever, try to do it at night, like around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, so that you won't be in there with a bunch of people. Because you don't want to be in there when they're panicking and stuff. Because literally, there's been a few fights already at different retail stores and chains around the world over toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are fighting over toilet paper. You can't, well, you can't eat toilet paper, but you can't sustain yourself on toilet paper. Yet people are fighting over toilet paper. Just imagine when there's food and water shortage. Imagine when the grid goes down. You think they're just gonna be punching people in the face? Then no, they're gonna be killing people for this stuff. You know, so you got to take this stuff very, very serious. I'm sorry, I'm up here drinking my green tea. But yeah, they're gonna be killing people over food and water. So I really think that the Most High gave us those few weeks to prepare. You know, while the heathen was still oblivious, because I know I brought a lot. I brought a lot of water. I literally got like 20 gallons of water. I gave 6 to my mom because I was telling her, I told her a few weeks ago, I was like, Mom, I feel like this may be something big. I think you should prepare. My mom, she's always prepping. My mom, she's part of the Nation of Islam, and they teaching her that, you know, you should always prep and, you know, canned foods and stuff like that. My mom, she's been canning food for a few years now, so she's been ready on that aspect. But with the whole water thing, I was telling her, like, yo, I think this big. I think you need to get some water, get some extra food, canned foods. And it's funny because a lot of the people out here who are prepping, who aren't real preppers in a way, real preppers, but people who don't practice prepping and stuff like that, they're out here just buying anything. Even when it comes to foods, you want to be careful on the things that you buy, because some things are better than others when it comes to storing. Like, you don't want to just go out there and buy steaks and chicken and stuff like that. If anything, if you want to buy protein that comes in a package or in a can, or dried, you know, protein like jerky, stuff like that. Things that last a long time, like aged meats and stuff like that. You don't want to buy frozen chicken breasts and things like that, because if the grid goes down, now you're going to have to cook all of that, or, you know, dry all of that within a day, because it's not going to last a few days. It's going to spoil, you know. But people are literally out here buying stuff that's going to spoil in a few days. It's like, oh, okay. So, you know, you know, I pray that this thing continues to deteriorate. I hope that this situation becomes worse, because I'm done with this society. Like, I'm so over it. I'm sure a lot of you who are watching this is over with it too. And I'm speaking to my brothers and sisters who are part of the Israelite community and also the American Aboriginal community, because really they're one and the same, but it's just that people have different philosophies inside the group. Because I know a lot of people that know that they're Israelites, but they also know that the Israelites are from over here, the so-called Israelites, because of course we didn't call ourselves Israelites, but that the biblical Israelites, that we were over here and their lands are over here, not in that, you know, that sandbox over here in the Middle East called Israel. And then there are, so that's us, the ones that are in between. We know that we're Israel, and we know that we have always been here in the Americas, that we were the so-called American Indians, that we were the first people that the Europeans came in contact with over here. But then there are people on the opposite spectrum of each other. There are people who know that they're Israelites, but they don't believe that they're American Aboriginals, aka American Indians. Then you have the people who believe that they're American Indians. They know that they're American Indians, but they don't think that they are the biblical Israelites. Okay? You know, I hope that they get better understanding as we go on. You know, but this is our land. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High is judging this world right now. I want this so bad, because I want this to happen so bad so that we can get our lands back. You know, because we're never going to get the reparation we deserve from these heathens. Remember, these are the same people who conquered and colonized us, due to us being bad sons and daughters of the Most High. You really think that they're going to give us what we're owed? Because if they give us what they owe, what we're owed, they have to bring all of our gold and silver and all of our treasures back from Europe. They have to, um, they have to give us all the wealth that they generated off of us. They have to get the fuck off our lands, and they will have to kill themselves. That's literally what they would have to do to give us back what we are owed, because they have literally did all, they taken all that from us. They took our land, they took our wealth, they built wealth off of us, and they killed millions of our people. So they're not going to do that. So we're never going to get what we're owed from them. But we can only get reparations through the Most High. So when this society is destroyed and the Most High builds up our kingdom, then will we get what we deserve. We will get everything we deserve. We will get our land back plus more. You know what I'm saying? We will become the head. We will no longer be the tail anymore. So yeah. So brothers and sisters who call themselves American Aboriginals, just do a little bit more studying, a little bit more research. You will see that we are the chosen people of the Bible. All that lines up here. If you read the Book of Mormon, there's this book called Archaeology in the Book of Mormon and Archaeology, or I may have it reversed, where it talks about how the Mayans actually had something similar to the Exodus. I mean, literally, line by line, they did everything that we did when we came up out of Egypt. Um, we were the Mayans. You know what I'm saying? Egypt was over here. You can find so many artifacts. Ancient Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew artifacts over here, Egyptian artifacts, a lot of these old world artifacts. I know for sure. I've been a believer of us being American Aboriginals for probably the past year. Oh, no, actually over a year. I know that we're the true American Aboriginals. I know who we are. I know that this is our land. I know that all those old kingdoms, like the Egyptians, the Canaanites, the Assyrians, the Babylonians, and us Israelites. I know that we were over here in the Americas. I also know that not all so-called American Negroes are Israelites. I understand that. And I understand that all so-called Mongoloids and Mongoloid hybrids and mixed breeds, if you will, I know that all of them are not Israelites, and I know that some of them are Israelites. You know what I'm saying? But they're still an aboriginal to this land because they have us in them. And even with me saying that, some of y'all be like, well, if they have us in them, then they're Israelites. Well, I go off of the Book of Numbers and genealogy based off the Book of Numbers, which means that your father determines your race and what you are. So that's what I go off of. So if a person with a Mongoloid phenotypes, father goes back to Israel, he's an Israelite. Doesn't matter what his phenotype says. You know what I'm saying? Because you literally have white people walking around today, full-blown white, blonde hair, blue eyes, very pale skin, and guess what? 4 generations ago, their father's line goes up to a black man. Yeah. I saw one on YouTube. I actually made a video on one probably about a year or two ago about a white guy who has a black father or has a biracial father, and then his father is black, something like that. So yeah, it happens. I know we like to believe that our DNA cannot be bleached out, but actually it can. It can within just like 3 generations, to where you can go from having a completely black guy to a completely white guy. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that's true about our genetics is that we can create all hues, all colors, even without mixing. Seriously, you can create a white pale-skinned person without mixing. Look at albinos. What's it called? Albinism? Look at the albinos. I'm sure you know someone or have someone in your family who is lighter than their parents. I have a brother who is lighter than his parents. I have an uncle who is lighter than both of his parents. You know what I'm saying? So it happens. So you can't always say, oh, that light-skinned Indian next to that dark-skinned one is a Mongoloid. No, you can't say that. Or he has white in him. You can't always say that. That's not always the case. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not. But one thing I can definitely tell you is that a lot of the tribes, like the Pamunkey and stuff like that, that have lighter skinned people, the tribes on the East Coast, they definitely do have European admixture in it. You can just look through history and see that. Um, but the mixture out west, like with the what I call, and I'm trying to be funny, but what I call mongoloid hybrids, you know, them out there, their mixture is much older. Their mixture has been here much longer than the what I call mulatto mixture that you can find east of the Mississippi. But yeah, I don't want to get too deep into that. But it's always good to prep. Always good to prep. There's nothing wrong with prepping, but you shouldn't prep out of fear. You shouldn't panic, anything like that. Because if you truly believe in the Most High, there's no reason why you should be afraid. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't be afraid of things that will harm you because you have to be wise. But if you truly believe in the Most High, His will is His will, and just hope that He will. All you can really do is just pray and hope that the Most High will keep you safe on your journey and allow you to make it there. To see these things happen because I can very well die tonight. You know what I'm saying? And what does all my prepping mean? It means nothing. But I hope that the Most High allows me to see this society crumble because I don't believe that this is it. Like, I don't believe that Yahweh Shai will come tomorrow. I don't believe that because there's still more prophecies that need to be fulfilled. There's more things that have to happen. But all that can happen within the next 10 years. Who knows? But I would love to see this place fall. This place is so evil and wicked. My supervisor, she's actually been off of work for the past week. Why? Because for the past 3 weeks, well, past month, she has been working her ass off because people haven't been coming to work. And I see it in her. She's tired. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that with a lot of our people. We're tired. Like I said, my job pays good. I have a car that I fucking love. But I'm tired of the same grind, waking up every morning. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to the same thing. I'm tired. Just tired. We're all tired. You know what I'm saying? And it's a blessing that this has happened at this time because now I'm off for 3 weeks. Our kids are off for 3 weeks. And that's as far as we know. I mean, it could continue on and on and on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but what we need to do at this time is really take advantage of this time because our children have been a part and they've been indoctrinated just like we have by this miseducation system. Now it's time, since we know who we are, we know the truth, our true history, stuff like that. It's time for us to teach this to our kids because I believe that this is one of the reasons why the Most High has our kids pulled out of school right now, so that we can take advantage of this time to sit them down and give them some real education. You know what I'm saying? Um, we we definitely need to do that. We need to take advantage of this time that we have because I really feel like the Most High is giving us this time to brush up, to study, to do the things that we didn't do before, acquire new skills. Because we're gonna have to survive. We're gonna have to go back and do the things that our ancestors have been doing in this land for thousands of years. I really felt with was a new breed. It was a new breed, Cremio and Love Legacy and some other brother, Wanagi and some other brother. They had a podcast the other day talking about like survival and stuff like that. And I think it was a new breed. He said, putting your feet to the ground and feeling, the energy and stuff like that. And that's true, man. I mean, you feel so different when you know that you're stepping your foot in your own land. I've said this before, that when you step your foot on the ground here in the United States, you're stepping your foot in the same land that your ancestors did thousands of years ago and have been doing for thousands of years. But yeah, that was a good build. Y'all need to check that out. I think it's on a new. No, is it on a New Breeds channel? I'm not sure where it was. But Cremio, he has it on his community wall, so go and check it out. Um, that was a good build. They were talking about surviving and things like that, and basically, I think a New Breed. He asked the question. He was like, if everything, If everything crashes tomorrow, there's no more food on the shelf, they're not restocking the stores and stuff like that, would you be able to survive? And of course, there was a few people who said they could, but majority of people wouldn't. And the reason why is because a lot of people don't have the skills necessary to survive. You know, most of our people don't know how to fish. Most of our people don't even have equipment to fish. Most of our people don't know how to hunt, nor have the equipment to hunt. They don't have the skills to forage, for wild edibles. They don't have the skills to farm, you know, and it's sad. I mean, it really is, because our ancestors knew how to do this just a few hundred years ago. It was just natural. Actually, less than 100 years ago, our grandparents and great grandparents knew how to do these things that we no longer know how to do. You know, we've been just so coddled by technology and its convenience that we lost a lot of skills, a lot of natural skills that were passed down from our ancestors. We lost that. So now it's time to regain that, because I really feel like the Most High has given us His time to prepare ourselves spiritually and physically. Physically, but with material things and skills and stuff like that. By the way, I sell bows. I make bows and sell them. You can go to, and this is a little plug, but if you go to Facebook and type in Wilderness Bows, you'll see my page on there. We sell bows. So, anyways, like I was saying earlier, people are panicking over toilet paper. People are literally going out here blowing tons of money over toilet paper. I mean, like, carts full of toilet paper. And I'm not talking about like the 4-pack. I'm talking about like the 12 packs. People have like 6 packs of those. And those 12 packs can cost anywhere from like $5 to $10. So people are literally blowing like hundreds of dollars on toilet paper when they could be going to buy a fishing pole. They could be going to buy a bow and arrow. They could even go and buy a cheap gun for like $200. You know what I'm saying? People are literally spending hundreds and even thousands of dollars on stuff they don't need when they could be spending on things they do need. You know what I'm saying? If you told me to choose between, if say we're in a post-apocalyptic scenario where society has fallen and the grid is over, right? If you gave me, I would say like a knife, or like a hunting knife or whatever, or like a week's worth of, or I would just say give me like a bag of beans or something like that. You know which one I would choose? I mean, either way, if you're smart, either one wouldn't matter. Okay? Whichever one you choose, if you have the skills to survive, it wouldn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Some people may pick the beans, some people may choose the knife. And it all depends on what you know. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have a bag of beans, you may know how to grow things. And then within a few weeks, you may have a sustainable amount of food. Who knows? Or you can use those beans, cook them, keep yourself alive, and know how to forge a spear or stuff like that. Because you could be dying. You could die within the next few days of starvation. And those bag of beans that you use to cook could get you through long enough to allow you to make weapons and tools and stuff like that. With the knife, you can also use the knife to forge tools. You can use the knife for so many different things. You can cut down things. You can turn it into of course you can use it as a weapon, but you can tie it to the end of a stick, use it as a spear. There's so many things you can do with that can help you make things so that you can go fishing, you can go hunting. You know what I'm saying? But people don't know these things. People will probably pick one out of convenience, like, oh, I want the knife because I can protect myself. And that's all you got it for, is just to protect yourself when you could be using it to provide for yourself. Or to make tools and stuff like that. People snatch the beans, like, oh yeah, I want the beans because I'm hungry right now. I don't want to starve to death. Well, you could have planted those beans. You could have had food. You could use it for so many things. But a lot of our people don't know how to survive. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point of me saying that. A new breed is right. A lot of our people don't know how to survive. They don't have the skills necessary to survive. You know, and it's sad. So, he was talking about like most people don't know how to field dress a deer, and if you don't know what field dressing is when you basically clean your deer out in the field. You get all the guts and all that stuff out there. Cleaning your deer out. But you can also dress your deer when you're at the house. Some people like to take it back so they can tie it up. Yeah, I mean you can even do this out in the field if you find a tree or whatever. Sorry, I know I keep rubbing my nose. My nose is itching right now. Coronavirus. Nah. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, but the deer, you can tie a deer up to a tree when you're out there in the wild and cut it open, get all the entrails out and stuff like that. But some people like doing it at their house and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of people don't know how to do that. A lot of people don't know how to field dress a deer. A lot of people don't know how to descale a fish, debone a fish if you like to debone your fish. Um, People don't know how to, handle or pluck feathers, and take care of, how to dress a chicken and all this other stuff. A lot of people don't know how to forage for their own, wild edibles. A lot of people don't know how to grow their own food, you know? And these are all skills that we need to reacquire. These are skills that our ancestors had that we no longer have. Um, so I know that right now it kind of seems like I'm beating down on y'all because I'm saying, oh, well, we need to have skills. We need to have skills. But what about you? Well, with me, I make bows. I don't make arrows. I actually buy them off of Amazon. But I make bows, and I practice every. I don't practice as much as I used to, but I used to practice just about every week, a few times every week. I would go to archery range. I even built my own target stand, so when I don't feel like traveling 10 miles to the archery range, we actually have a free park. We have a park, a public park that actually has 3D targets. They have big old target boards and stuff like that that you can actually go and take your bow to. It's pretty fun. Um, but I practice that. I have family members who taught me. I have uncles and grandfather who love fishing. That's all they did, fish, and they hunt. So I got to see those things. I got to experience those things growing up. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to do all of those things. I have some skills in that area. But one skill that I really didn't have too much of is when it comes to foraging. And I know how to grow stuff too because my mom, she's all about that. She's all about gardening and she grows her own food, tomatoes, cantaloupes, watermelon, peppers. Um, she grows a lot of stuff. I can't remember what stuff she grows, but she grows a lot of stuff. But one thing that I wasn't too strong with, two areas I think are important that I'm not too strong with are wild edibles, knowing what we can and can't eat, and then also, like natural remedies. So I got these two books, and I will recommend you guys to get these books, get these type of books. And Tasha, she's in her live stream tonight. I told people about these books, and also in another stream, I think it was Creamio's stream that he did with Love Legacy and A New Breed. I was telling them like, yo, get these books, get these books. Oh yeah, also Big Judah's uh, stream. I was telling people about this stuff too. Um, yeah, so I want to give a shout out to the people that I watch and follow. I want to give a shout out to Creamio, man. That brother, he is amazing. Um, I think that people have been like attacking him lately because I feel like this very defensive spirit on him. I think people, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm hearing that there's a lot of strife going on in the Aboriginal community. I don't agree with everything everyone says, but I at least have enough respect to be like, okay, that's him, that's her. Okay, cool. I may talk about it sometimes, like some of the issues that I have with other brothers and sisters, but I'm willing to talk to them rather than to just talk shit behind their back. You know what I'm saying? But that's not gonna stop me from being honest. I'm gonna say how I feel. Um, but yeah, shout out to Creamio, man. Love that brother, man. all these people I mentioned, I love them. You know, I love my people just in general. But Creamio, shout out to that brother, man. He's put in work, man. That brother, he comes with the receipts. He comes with the receipts. You know, and Creamio, yeah, he's not. And see, I think the reason why some people are attacking him is because he's not African American. And some of us, we feel like we're more Aboriginal than others. And I will say that when it comes to genetics, yeah, that may be true. Some of us are more Aboriginal than others. But I feel that, and I'm going to talk about this in another video, but I feel if you have a certain amount of Aboriginal blood in you, then you're Aboriginal. You know what I'm saying? I know some people don't like the whole blood quantum thing and stuff like that. I can talk about that later. But yeah, it's obvious. Creamio he's not fully American Negro Aboriginal, but he is still Aboriginal. You know what I'm saying? He has enough in him to be Aboriginal. His grandfather is an Aboriginal, so he's an Aboriginal. I don't give a fuck what the brother look like. He's an Aboriginal, so he's doing the Most High's work right now. This brother is educating thousands of people. So leave that brother alone, man. Let him do his thing. Let him do what the Most High put in his heart to do. Because he enlightened me a lot. He's one of the people who helped me understand that we were American Aboriginals. You know what I'm saying? So I love that brother for what he's doing right now. And I just hope that whatever attacks that he gets off of him, that are happening to him, that the Most High remove those evil spirits off of that person or those people who are attacking that brother, man. But anyway, shout outs to Creamio. Also, Big Judah, shout out to that brother, man. He's been unlocking some seals in the past few, in the past, like I would say 6 months, because my wife introduced me to him, to his videos. My wife been watching him for over a year. I only started to watch him in the past 6 months, and that brother, man, fire, man. Most High is really using these brothers, man. But these other people that I mentioned, I'm not sure if they're part of the Israelite community also, because those two brothers know that Creamio and Big Judah know that that most of us are Israelites and American Aboriginals, while these other ones just really just do the Aboriginal thing. So shout out to Tasha C, to that sister. She's good at genealogy. Sister Bethy is a new one. Shout out to that sister. I just only discovered her the other day with the podcast that they had with Dane Calloway. Shout out to Dane Calloway, that brother. He puts in work too. Really love his documentaries and the format that he does. Very, very educational brother. Wanagi, shout out to him. I believe Wanagi know that we're Israelites also. I'm not sure, but I believe he does. I believe he knows that we're Israelites and American Aboriginals. Shout out to that brother Wanagi. Shout out to Opie Niha. Shout out to A New Breed. Shout out to Love Legacy 500. Shout out to A1. I forget the brother's name, who he hangs out with. He hangs out with some brother. I can't remember his name. Shout out to UBTV. I love that brother, man. That's another brother who knows that we're American Aboriginals and Israelites. Also, shout out to Lil Moray. I think that's how his name is pronounced. He knows that we're Israelites and Aboriginals. So the ones who know that we're American Aboriginals and Israelites is Creamio, UBTV, Big Judah, and Lil Moray. But all those brothers and sisters, man, check their channels out. They are amazing, man. If I remember, I'll try to put their links to their page in the description. But all of them got tons and tons of information. They help out with, some of them help out with the same things, but you can learn a lot from a lot of them, man. I don't agree with everything all of them have to say. I don't. But I'm not going to be, fighting with them. I'm not going to be fighting with them and causing dissension and strife amongst us, because that's what's going on right now from what I'm hearing. And like I told Tasha She tonight, strife is what got our asses colonized. One tribe wants to work against another one because they've been they've been, historical enemies, so they sell one out, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh yeah, I'm online with the colonists to kill him, and then after you kill him, your ass get colonized and put on reservations, and or you don't like it, now you want to war against them, they fight you, kill most of the people off, ship you off to the Caribbean. That's the bullshit that we were on. And that's why we're in this situation that we're in now, because we didn't want to be unified. We didn't believe in solidarity. You know what I'm saying? So now we're fucked. And we're basically trying to do the same thing our ancestors did, um, you know, centuries. Yeah, centuries ago. So we gotta stop all that BS. But anyways, back to these books. So this book right here, it's called Edible Wild Plants, a North American field guide to over 200 natural foods. And it's by Thomas S. Elias and Peter A. Dykeman. He's a Dykeman. Yeah, so it's nice. It has a lot of colored pictures and stuff like that. Very good book. Very good book. I'll show you. And it's a color book too. Some of the pictures aren't in color. Some of them are in black and white. But I've used this to identify a lot of wild edibles, man. And my dad, shout out to my dad. Me and my dad don't agree on everything. But he taught me, a few wild edibles that we could eat. Like he taught me when I was young that we could eat dandelions, that we could eat blackberries or mulberries. He also taught me about black walnut and all these other things that you can find out in the wild. Eat like a dandelion. You can eat the whole damn thing from the leaves, the stem, and the flower. You can make all types of stuff. You can make medicine out of it. You can make jelly. You can make all good stuff, man. These are things that we need to get. These are things we need to get. Not toilet paper. Not toilet paper. Shoot, with this type of stuff, you can learn how to make toilet paper. If you get the right books, teach you what you can use as toilet paper out in the wild. Speaking of which, my grandmother, she's from Bluefield, which is in Tazewell County, down in Virginia. That's where my grandmother was from. Yah rest her soul. She taught me a lot, man. She was the one years ago, like, we're Indians, baby, we're Indians. My grandmother, she used to say that her grandmother was a dark-skinned black Indian with long black hair that came all the way down to her back. And I was like, whatever. I believed my grandma, but I just didn't care. And now since she's gone, that's a hell of an asset that's gone. That's a hell of wealth of information that's gone. You know what I'm saying? I really wish my grandmother was here. But she left enough clues for me to find ancestry, to find tribes and stuff like that. So, God rest Granny, man. Grandmother, she was a truth. Her name was August Celestine Howe. That was her maiden name, but Bruner is her, her marital name. But Howe is her maiden name, and she's from Tazewell, Virginia. That's where her family is from. And she always said that she has Cherokee and a few other tribes that she said she had in them, and I verified them. My grandmother wasn't joking. And I've done research on all four corners. And when I mean four corners is I'm talking about my parents' parents. You have two parents and they have two parents. So those are the four corners. And I think that everyone should do research on their four corners. Completely cover your bases. And I have found no slaves, no Africans, none of that on each corner. You know what I'm saying? All American Aboriginal. So it's amazing. But my grandmother, she taught us when we were little kids how to clean ourselves after using a restroom without even using paper towel. Without even using toilet paper. But using water, soap, and a rag to clean yourself. And then after that, clean the rag. So while they're panicking, they don't have that simple knowledge of how to clean yourself. You know what I'm saying? They're spending money on that. Sorry, that's my phone going off. They're spending money on that when they could be spending money on this. On how to get back in touch with nature. You know what I'm saying? This book, it's real good, man. It shows you how to identify, how to gather, how to prep, how to cook, and they also show you like the regions. They also show you the seasons in which they grow, the months in which they grow. Good book, man. They show you how you can eat it. So they show you if you can eat it as a snack without cooking it. They show you if you can cook it or if you need to pickle it or whatever. Um, yeah, and they show you all these little pictures, colored pictures, very detailed. They will show you the plant, how to identify the stem, the leaf, the fruit, and then they will also show you dangerous lookalikes and how to identify dangerous poisonous lookalikes so that you won't eat the poison lookalike. Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't even know you can eat this. I still got some things here I gotta learn. Wow. Yeah. But it's a good book. Over 200 plants, man. 200 plants, look. Now, see, I thought this was the dandelion, but it's, I forget what this thing is called. I think it's called like the primrose. Oh, wait, no. That's not the primrose. What is it called? Oh, sow thistle. I used to think that was a dandelion, but it's not. But you can eat it just like a dandelion. Yeah, it has a lot of stuff, man. It tells you, even like with the cattail, it tells you, the season, because you can't, different parts of the years, different parts of the cattail is edible in different parts of the year, and it tells you when those different parts. Oh yeah, I have this prickly pear. These are good, man. They're very gritty though, but they're good. Good. Um, you can find all types of. I'm telling you, man. Like, see all these pictures of stuff that you can eat. Also, here's another good one. It's called the Backyard Herbal Apothecary, and this shows you, this book, basically the same thing, but with the pictures and stuff. But it shows you how to identify. So look, it says effective medical remedies using commonly found herbs and plants. Forage, grow, heal. So it will show you how to make medicines while out in the wild. So these are things we're gonna need because we're always gonna be in pain. We're in pain in this society. We pop aspirin, we pop ibuprofen, all this other stuff. But what happens when the grid goes down and they stop stocking up these shelves? Now we gotta rely on ourselves and our skills and our understanding. So, good book right here. Very good book. And of course, and these are all in my go bags. I got my Book of Mormon, and I have the Holy Bible King James Version. I have the Apocrypha, but it's not with me right now. But yeah, good stuff to have. You know what I'm saying? I got a bunch of stuff. I'm actually going to do reviews on some of the stuff that I have. I have a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. I have rifles. I have pistols. I have um, tactical vests. Um, I got to-go bags, like hiking bags. I got combat boots. I got just a bunch of stuff ready. I have a hatchet. This is actually my tactical vest. I'm not going to show it right now, but this little hatchet right here, this thing is amazing. It's full tang, so that means that the metal piece is one whole piece and it goes all the way down to the handle. You don't want to get a hatchet or an axe that's not full tang, because you can literally loosen it up and never get the axe back on. I mean the blade back on. So yeah. But this thing I used on a Feast of Booths last year, and this thing is amazing. I'm up here doing a review on this thing already, but yeah, this thing is amazing. I was chopping down trees like crazy, man. But anyways, yeah. So, and this is on my tactical vest. So I'm gonna do a whole breakdown of my tactical vest, sometime soon. But yeah, so we need to, get prepared, and take it serious and stop sleeping on this, because literally I have family members, me and my wife, we both have family members who think that we're just being silly, that we're being too dramatic and things like that. But this was weeks ago. We were warning our peoples weeks ago. Our people on Facebook and even our family members, like, yo, take this serious, prepare. And they're like, yeah, this will blow over in a week. Look, here we are a few weeks later, and things have gotten worse. Now they got us looking like prophets, which is what we are. But it's sad because you have people who are going to cling on to you because you are prepared and they weren't. You know what I'm saying? I have a family member. Well, she's close. She's almost like family. But my wife, she feels some type of way about that. And I understand my wife's frustration with this individual and other people like her, because it's like we've been warning you and you didn't take us serious. Now things are getting bad. Now you think that you can just come from us. And that's kind of like casting your pearls before swine. You know what I'm saying? Because I would rather give it to someone who's worth it than someone who's not worth it. I'd rather give it to a brother or sister in the faith rather than someone who's a family member who's not. That's why Yahushua said, who is my brother? Who is my mother? Who's my father? Who's my sister? He didn't say it exactly like that, but he said those who follow, who do the will of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So we have to know the difference between the two. Sure, we have to be good to our people, but at the same time, we also have to, realize and recognize the situations that we're in and use wisdom and put Yah's peoples first, no matter if they're family or not. And anyways, I don't know if I said it at the intro, but all praise to the Most High Yahweh, because He's good. No one else is good. You know what I'm saying? Praise the Most High. I love the Most High. And then also I want to give recognition to Yahushua and the Holy Spirit, because the Most High has put both of them here as a blueprint. He gave us Yahushua to lay that blueprint, but the Holy Spirit, He uses that to give us wisdom and understanding. You know what I'm saying? So recognition to both entities, but all praise to the Most High Yahweh, because He's good, man. That's our Elohim, and we gotta try to do things right from here on out. But anyways, Yahushua gave us a lot of good parables. I used one of the parables earlier about the man in the storehouse. But also remember the parable about the 6 wise virgins and the 6 foolish virgins, and that's who they remind me of. I mean, it's almost like a Noah situation going on right here, to where Noah was warning the people that the flood was going to, the Most High was going to judge the world and destroy it by water. They didn't give a fuck. They laughed. They were feasting, dancing, giving in marriage and stuff like that. And then when the Most High, He was like, you know what, Noah, worry about yourself. Build this ark, worry about yourself. And that's exactly what Noah did. He worried about him and his family. Got him and his family on this ship. When he closed those doors, it was a wrap for everyone else. And everyone else, I'm pretty sure they were boom, 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 let us in, let us in. But no, it was too late at that point, So, yeah, it's a similar situation going on right now. And just like I was saying, with the family members and friends who now want to cling on to you because they're like, oh my God, he's right, or she's right, But like I said, the parable about the 6 wise virgins and the 6, foolish virgins. And it's a parable dealing with Yahushua, but you can apply that, to a lot of aspects in our life. But like I said, it's dealing with Yahushua and His return. The reason why the 6 wise virgins brought extra oil to burn was because they knew that Yahushua was or the bridegroom was tarrying throughout the countryside or the city, wherever. So basically, he was taking his time. They didn't know when he was going to arrive. Same thing with Yahushua. We don't know when he's going to arrive, but we will be able to tell by the seasons on when he's approaching. You know what I'm saying? So it's best that we stay prepared, like the 6 wise virgins, rather than the 6 foolish virgins that only brought enough oil to last them maybe an hour because they just assumed that he was going to be there right then and there. So remember the the 6 foolish virgins, when they ran out, they came over and asked the 6 wise virgins for their oil, but the 6 wise were like, no, just go back to town and get you some oil. And when the bridegroom came, they were off buying the oil, you know, so they weren't being taken off to get married. They were left behind, and that's how we have to be. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't cast our pearls amongst or before swine. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta be wise. We gotta keep using wisdom and try to stay ahead of the game. You know, and the only way that we're gonna get that is through the Most High. You know. Anyways, guys, I'm about to get up out of here. I've been talking for a minute, and I'm tired too. I'm sure you guys can tell. But yeah, I mean, it's been a good talk, and I would love to do a build with brothers and sisters out there. You know. So, yeah. Anyways, my beautiful Israelite Aboriginal brothers and sisters, I hope that y'all stay safe, y'all stay prayed up, y'all stay in the faith, y'all keep doing good works, you know, for the Most High and to His people, you know. Always try to extend that mercy and even that olive branch to your people, you know. Try to be understanding and compassionate, you know. Because that's what we're gonna need in these times, man. But look, I'm telling you, when things get real bad, you know what I'm doing? I'm heading straight out to the wilderness. Where I live is not too far from a creek that's it's like a little wooded area, and this creek leads to a bigger wooded area, and that's where I'm gonna be. I'm living on it. If I gotta travel by foot, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to travel until I get to like a national forest or national park, because we have a few of them here in Ohio. But if I can drive there, I will drive there. I'm telling you, if shit hits the fan, I'm gone. I'm out in the wilderness, and hopefully I will see you brothers and sisters out there, you know. Anyways, guys, that's all I have to say for now. My wife, she done hit me up. She's actually flying right now. And man, I'm telling you, everybody's jobs are being affected right now. I don't care what field you work in, your job is going to be affected sooner or later if this things get worse, and I hope it does. I have a strong feeling that it's just only going to go downhill from here, because I believe in the Most High, and I'm hoping that it's time. You know what I'm saying? But even if this society, say if this coronavirus blows over in the next few weeks, guess what? America will never be the same. And America will never be the same. All this stimulus money, this stimulus stuff that Trump is talking about, all it is just printing more money, which decreases the value of the dollar. So essentially, we're becoming poorer and poorer and poorer. There was a time where the U.S. dollar was more than the euro. Not anymore. You know, we're going to keep going down over and over and over again. This is not just the U.S. This is worldwide. Economies all over the world are hurting right now. So we will not be the same that we were a year ago. So, yeah. I don't want to be here to see that. I want to be gone. You know what I'm saying? I want to be out in the society, you know. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I said out in the society. I want to be out in the wilderness. Hey, all right, brothers and sisters, I'm up out of here. I'm tired. I will talk to you guys later. Peace out, shalom, and Yahweh bless. Stay safe.